Okay, so today I just wanted to talk about the new Broly and what he can do. So for those of you that didn't manage to summon him, unfortunately, at least you're gonna kind of know now. And I will try my very best to summon him, spoilers, and just get him at a later date. But he is pretty damn good from what I can tell. His health, like, see, I don't know how good his health is in comparison to some of the... Actually, let's get all the sparking... No, let's get the main ones. Get the top tier ones out. Right, I mean, Pycon's top tier as well, but this is your main squad, right? So health 17,000. Okay, okay, it's not 17,000, just under 17,000. Vegeta around 16k. Piccolo at 20,000. And then we have the Broly, who's over here at 19,000. So far so good. I think this is actually a good way of doing it. Okay, so strike attack about 2,400. Beating Goku by a large amount. Same with Piccolo. Same with Vegeta and Piccolo. So his strike attack is by far his strongest utility. So his blast attack 1.5k. Lower than Goku, lower than Vegeta. About the same as Piccolo's. Strike defense. I have a feeling that his defense is going to be extremely low in comparison to these other units. So let's round it up to about 1,000. Oh, actually, never mind. I severely underestimated it. So it's higher than Goku's on both, I believe. Yeah, just about higher than Goku's for the blast defense. Lower than Vegeta though. And lower than Piccolo. Okay, so he has pretty decent defensive stats. Critical, that's the max, 1,105. Higher than Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo. Key restore speed 2,000. I know for a fact that he's won already. Key restore speed, yeah, 100%. Vanish restore speed, so it's the same for all the units, okay. So his resistance, I don't know what any of this means, to be honest. Now this is where, okay, ladies and gentlemen, now this is where things get extremely interesting, and ultimately what makes him unique. Because if you take a look at the majority of these other characters, specifically the Goku, to be honest, he has a unique ability that allows him to draw a card. You take a look at the Vegeta. He doesn't exactly differentiate too much from different cards, but a big advantage that he has comes down to his main ability that gives him a massive 50% increase to blast damage. Then you take a look at the Piccolo, 25% healing for all your allies, just stupid good. And of course, he reduces the damage received by 50% until the combo ends when you switch over to him. Major pierce damage with a super attack, just absolutely incredible. They all had their own thing, so I think the biggest question was, is Broly going to have something like that? So, his main ability, he can draw, very similar to the Goku, draw the ultimate art card, Gigantic Meteor, and it costs 25 timer count, so 25 seconds to actually get to that. I would imagine that the card costs 25... It's either 20 or 25 to use, so very similar to Goku's Dragon Fist card, I believe that's what it's called. And if we move on to his Z abilities, 17% episode saga from movie, so to base blast defense. And of course the issue of this is we don't necessarily have all that many villains or just cards from movie so far. So that Z ability of his is pretty bad, but the Broly is going to be a good counter for Super Saiyan Goku. Of course the Piccolo. See, the thing about Piccolo is, despite Broly having a type disadvantage against him, he has a card that will basically make the Piccolo useless if used correctly. So as I move on down here, unique ability causes enemy to have minus 15 key recovery for 15 time counts every time the character enters the battlefield. So basically, every time that Broly is switched in, he reduces the amount of the key rate that your opponent can, develop key at, essentially, or gain key at. And 20% to own strike damage for 15 time counts when facing, or when faced enemy Goku. When faced with enemy character Goku. So whenever you're facing a Goku, you get a 20% strike attack increase, which is going to be pretty significant, especially when you compare it to the other units that have a superior strike attack in comparison to some others. So I like to think of this ability, it's somewhat similar to, actually it's not that similar at all. I was about to say it's somewhat similar to the Vegeta attack, but I mean in terms of increases, but I mean that still is a pretty big increase. Like I said, he still has crazy high strike attack value. He gets up 20%, and of course deals. This is his special attack, by the way. Deals major explode damage, causes enemies to receive 15% more strike damage for 15 timer counts, and a 30% chance to inflict faint. So there are 3 characters or sparking units right now that can get someone to faint. Those characters are Broly, Pikkon, as well as the Spirit Bomb Goku. The Spirit Bomb Goku and the Broly currently have the highest chance of doing that, but the 15% to strike damage is an even bigger increase for the Broly, which is dope. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the most unique thing about this card, okay? 15% to own key recovery for 20 timer counts. Inflicts forced switching. Now, the Dragon Ball Legends Twitter posted a clip of this, and when you activate this, it forces the Broly to throw a character out, and it forces them to switch. And it goes back to what I was saying before about the Piccolo, and how, despite the Broly having a time disadvantage, if you have this particular card, you can get rid of the Piccolo and be in a much better position. Because if you use, it's the green card by the way, if you use that particular card, not only do you increase your key recovery, but you also force your opponent to get rid of a very important character for 10 seconds. So, from what I can tell, Broly is going to be great against the majority of the units in the game, and he basically has the perfect counter for the Piccolo, because right now we have one tech or green sparking unit, and that is Piccolo, who is the best unit in the game right now. I would imagine that we are going to get a tier list update relatively soon, so we are going to see where Broly places amongst those characters. But right now, to be honest, I think Broly, so you have Piccolo right at the top. Broly is at the very least. See, in the S tier we have Vegeta and the Piccolo. I honestly think Broly belongs there. I definitely think that he does belong there. Just the amount of damage I can get from his strike attacks is stupid. You can get the card as well, like the Goku. But in many areas that Goku is kind of weak in, Broly is superior. So, I don't know, that ability to inflict the force switching as well. And one thing that I didn't even mention is that they completely changed the mechanics of the game. So I made a video a few days ago talking about how you can increase the likeliness of you winning every game. And it was entirely based on the key recovery system. You get an attack in, move in towards your opponent, and that would recover key. And that, of course, would give you more cards as you move it in towards your opponent. Now, they completely changed that. And it's a massive game changer, because now people aren't going to be able to quote-unquote abuse that system, and it's just going to change the overall flow of the game. So I haven't jumped into any PvP games yet, but I would imagine that the flow of the game is going to be drastically different. I honestly don't know. So these are his tags. So I don't know how that is going to play out now in PvP. I guess people are going to be a bit more, play it a bit more safe, because of course you can't get as many attacks in, which is gonna probably drastically increase the length of the games. Okay, so this is exactly what I was looking for. This is the unofficial tier list, so to speak. So with the addition of Legendary Super Saiyan to Legends, I've updated the tier list with Broly and X Krillin. He now actually sits at the top of the throne in S tier as the best unit in the game currently. He pretty much has all the strengths of the most of the sparking units in the game. All he's missing is Piccolo's healing. Well, I don't usually add new units to the top of the list that early. Broly truly deserves to be there for the moment. Below are his pros and cons, which can be found here. It's a 1% chance to pull here, and that is actually mad. He has good equipment, fits on the Saiyan team. He has the Fate mechanic, highest strike attack in the game, highest critical out of the sparking units, and second highest in the game. Extra ability forces switch. Has the ability to draw a special attack at will like Super Saiyan Goku. Tankier than Vegeta. Second highest key recovery rate. Just an absolute madman. So, I'm going to read this. But again, big shout out to Spider. That's actually what it's supposed to be. Spider. I'm sorry. I don't want to butcher the name. Regardless. Okay. The unstoppable legendary Super Saiyan Broly smashes his Ray right into the top of S tier. His main ability is like Super Saiyan Goku. It allows him to draw another super attack card, which is great after the new changes. His Z ability is okay, it's pretty bad right now. It gives a minimum 17% to blast offense for characters from movies, which at the moment is only Pycon. Oh wow, never mind. Pycon is actually a character from a movie. How could I forget the Pycon, especially after pulling him today? My bad. I'm going to get slaughtered for that in the comments. Regardless, he also comes with 2 unique ability passives. A very good ability that causes the enemy to receive a minus 15% Q recovery or 15 counts every time a character enters the battlefield. And his second ability is to increase his already massive strike damage by 20% when faced with any Goku character. His Gigantic Meteor special attack causes the enemy to receive 15% more strike damage for 15 counts and has a faint chance of 30% like Spirit Bomb Goku. He's the first Sparking unit whose extra ability is an attack move and a buff. His Gigantic Claw gives 15% to own key recovery for 20 counts and forces your opponent to switch characters, but will cost you a hefty 35 key to use. He even comes with a Saiyan attack, which is insane for all the stats boost that he will get from, of course, the other units in your team, from Z abilities and such, and is a much tankier unit than Vegeta, so he will last longer. All in all, Broly is a very scary unit. He's able to use 2 silver equips, just like Spirit Bomb Goku, has the highest strike attack in the game and critical in the game, with the second highest key restore speed, and the third highest health. His only notable drawbacks are low blast attack and blast defense really, and is of course hard countered by Piccolo, which you will see often. It's safe to agree that the developers of Legends has done this character justice. So right now, in S tier, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, Vegeta, Piccolo. A tier, Spirit Bomb Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, and Pycon. B tier, we have the Pan Krillin, who's actually not that bad to be fair. Tien, Raditz, Goku. So that was pretty much it. So that was pretty much it. Again, I don't have any gameplay for you guys. Unfortunately, 1% chance to pull him. I do apologize. So I mean, it is what it is. I would imagine I'll get him in the future or just at some point in time. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day as always, and I will see you all in the next one.